Hey, what's up, everybody? Tapping in for another court chat. Today, just wanted to talk about kind of self-discipline, lustfulness, and transmutation of lustful energy. Let's say it that way. It's a pleasurable thing. Physical connection is appreciated by anybody, but again, with all things, if you're outside, if you're overindulging and you're not disciplined in what you're doing, you can have less than desirable outcomes. There's situations where people get robbed, there's situations where people catch diseases, people are having children that they otherwise wouldn't have had because they're running into poor discipline. You might end up in a relationship with somebody that might not be as compatible for you as you think, just because maybe there's a physical connection there. Again, it's fun, it's enjoyable, but so are sugar and sweets. So are roller coasters, so are most of the stuff that's, potentially dangerous is of course fun. And I've been there, I've partied a lot in my youth. I've taken advantage of what my youth can offer me, but through the course of that, I made pretty solid decisions about who I'm giving my energy to. Again, with just preparation for the time that we're in and the close connection that you can have with individuals at any given moment. Again, back in a time where you were on a landline and you couldn't be on the internet and on the phone at the same time, things were different. Granted, you still had stuff going on, but the communities weren't that elaborate. Right now, communities are boundless. They're everywhere, but the effectiveness of the community has diminished greatly because as much contact and communication that we have with individuals, the quality of the contact and communication, again, has diminished. It's diluted a lot because it's so accessible, because it's so readily available. Putting that energy into various things, you see where I'm doing, learning to build a business, taking up a hobby. Chess is a big one for me. Again, I do house plants. I really do love gardening. There's a ton of stuff that you can do. Archery, you can be shooting, you can be swimming, you can be going on walks, photography, hiking, all kinds of stuff that you can be taking advantage of. Again, and those kind of connections should be a reward, not the basis of a relationship. Again, I've been talking to some of my people, and it's like, honestly, if you're not interacting kind of with the purpose of building a family and having children, it's probably your relationship is solely based around that physical connection. And if that's all you're going to be engaging in, chances are that connection might fizzle out because unfortunately, the time that we're living in, people they have short attention spans. So what satisfied them yesterday probably won't feed that same appetite tomorrow. And it's sad, really, it's unfortunate. But the only thing that you can really do is take advantage of that physical energy that you have and harness it to do other things. Again, as good as it is, there's other things that you can engage with that can yield you more ROI, and then putting off that particular connection will make it more of a reward when you actually engage in it. It might even, prolong the length of that particular interaction. And again, this is not something that I'm not guilty of. I used to watch videos and indulge in that stuff, man. The weird part about it is I was mostly in relationships when I would do it. Ever since I was divorced, I stopped. I don't have that same desire for that kind of connection because of, what my views were with it. Like I was engaging in that for a purpose of having children, and now that I'm conflicted on whether or not I'll have more kids, like there's not so much drive and desire to seek that kind of particular connection. Like it may sound weird for what it is, but I'm just being honest with you, like there's a difference between connecting for a purpose and just connecting for like frivolous engagement. Again, not to say that I don't still enjoy it, it's very pleasurable, but because the purpose behind it is shifted, it's not at the forefront of my mind. Like it's not, I can go with or without it, and like it's better probably that way. Like I said, I get to play more kind of with those interactions. There's more build up for certain things of that nature. There's not so much dependency and a necessity for it. And because of that, the energy that I emit and radiate is a lot more concentrated, controlled, and disciplined. Do you understand? Because I'm containing what power I have within me and who I'm gonna give it to, when, and why. I'm not out here ready to throw all of this, all this, you know what I'm saying? All this energy that I do have to give. I'm not just out here ready to toss it to anything for no particular reason at all, if only for, let's call it 5 to 15 minutes of pleasure at a time. Like it's not that priority. It's not a priority. I have so many other things going on. But again, like having that buildup, allowing that particular connection to kind of strengthen between, let's call it sessions, it's been allowing for kind of deeper connections as that with the partner that I'm with as well, whoever that might be. So like there's things that you get to take advantage of if you're not out here just kind of lusting around, ready to give your energy, give your life force to just anyone for any reason, And again, if you can master that, it'll start to it's a transferable skill. That self-discipline is a transferable skill. You want to stop smoking? Maybe there's probably things that you're doing along that same line that help me stop smoking, help me quit drinking. It got me back in this kind of condition, making sure I'm taking care of myself. I do a lot more writing. I engage in this, My communication's a lot more clearer. My thoughts are way less clouded. Like the all-around benefits of it are kind of inexplainable, and again, it's just him exercising a little self-discipline, taking advantage of your own energy, and again, who you want to give that particular time and effort to. Don't be so quick to give pieces of yourself away to just anybody. That's the most pertinent thing about it, is that you're literally giving pieces of yourself away. And if you're not selective or choosy about who you're gonna give that energy to, you might be setting yourself up for failure, man. Point blank, period. And who wants to do that? So again, I encourage you, take advantage of yourself. Take advantage of your power. You know what I'm saying? Be disciplined with yourself. Be disciplined about what you want to do with yourself. And then radiate that discipline. Share that. Because once you're taking care of yourself and you're making yourself that kind of priority, again, you'll radiate and you'll emanate those things. Like I said, I emanate awesomeness in thick, frothy ways, So like, and again, that's because I'm holding on to myself. I'm taking care of myself. I appreciate what it is that I have to give, and I'm not just throwing it away for anybody. I challenge you to do the same. And on that note, Wages out.